What is going on, black and white sports fans? It has been a while since we have done a live stream. We have been debating for quite a bit, I would say, huh, Rhodes, about going live?
Yeah. I mean, we talk about it every week, but we've been trying to get schedules to line up. We're trying to make a change to when we go live. There's all kinds of things when it comes to live streams on the table right now.
Right.
So, we don't know. We're even toying with the idea of a trial running a daily live stream, see how that turnout would be. So we don't know. We don't know.
No, we don't know yet. I don't know what is going on with the YouTube notification system. It has completely been messed up. So I don't know if notifications actually went out on this stream here. Let me check too, by the way.
Not a clue.
I'm not too sure.
Oh,
It did not go out. I did not get one. I did
see.
not get a notification. Yeah, YouTube has been completely messing up notifications. So share this live stream out there. We've already shared it on the community tab. Notification was supposed to go out this morning on Rhodes' video. It did not.
It completely cratered my video.
Wait. I just got a notification.
Okay, which means I bet I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I've noticed? You know what I've noticed, actually? A very small percentage of notifications are going out on. Oh no, there it is. I did get it.
Yeah,
I did get it.
It's just late, but YouTube has been doing that when notifications will go out like 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes late. I don't know.
We're supposed to get 3 a day, period. And I'm seeing some days where we're sending out, we're like 5 videos will get notifications, but on 2 of them, only like a very, very, very small percentage of people got a notification on it, because I'll put out a video and I'll be like, shit, no notifications. And you'll say, I got one. So I'll look and I'm like, okay, I didn't get one. I'll turn to Melissa. Did you get one? Nope, she didn't get one. And then I watch the analytics and I'm like, okay, we ought to have like 18 to 20% views from notifications right now.
Right.
And it'll be like 3%. And I'm like, God, Jesus. Yep. Okay.
Everybody, please smash that thumbs up button. If you do not mind, almost a little over 80, 90 some people is going up now, because I think because notifications finally went out.
Good deal.
And this is a birthday stream as well. It is Rhodes' birthday. He is turning 70 today. So, well, he's not that old.
Some days I do feel 70, I reckon.
Yeah. It's kind of a joint birthday stream, because my birthday is in 2 days. So we just decided to knock it out all in one day.
This is the 3rd year in a row that we've done a joint birthday stream.
Did we do one last year?
Yes, sir. We not on this channel. We did it on your channel.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
The last 2 years we've done it on the John Talks Movies, or whatever we're calling our channels.
Yeah, it was just John Matrix, and we're gonna get into that too. First, Christy did send a 149 super sticker with a birthday cake on it. So we really do appreciate that. I wonder if I can highlight it, but I don't think it's not going to actually show the super sticker though. But we appreciate that. Yeah, we did some rebranding on the channels. Black and White Entertainment is now Black and White on Star Wars, so that is now a Star Wars channel. And Black and White News is only on Rumble now, and that channel is getting back to its roots of the Matrix and Rhodes show, which is pop culture entertainment. And man, I love making videos over there.
Yeah.
I love it. It just comes so naturally.
So essentially, we're just going back to our original content of where the channels very first started. Okay.
Right.
We got back to our original content, and then Black and White News went exclusively to Rumble because YouTube doesn't like politics. Yeah. So I don't know how else to say it.
That channel got demonetized too, and so we rebranded it. We deleted all of the politics videos, but they're all up on Rumble though, and we're getting pretty good support over there. The fan base of the entertainment channel or the pop culture stuff is still there on the channel. Because my He-Man video did very well. I think it's like 8,000 views or something like that.
Nice.
If I'm not mistaken. Scott Tate sends a $2.99 super chat. Really do appreciate all the super chats. Love the show. Check out mine, Scott's Tate's. Will do, sir. Thank you so much for that super chat here.
And just to let Kathy know, yeah, when we get on streams, you're right. We're going to shoot the shit for as long as we feel like it. So if you don't like that, hit the fucking road. I don't care. I mean, come on.
Right here?
Yeah.
You're going on about nothing, not talking about your headline, Simone. Well,
yeah, and our subscribers expect that. So
think of this.
Sorry.
What live stream actually, or any show in general, goes right on to the main topic immediately? No show does that.
None. like any radio show that I listen to, they don't jump straight into whatever the topic is about, right? Like I can turn on, I listen to Boomer and Geo. If I watch Pro Football Talk in the morning, Mike Florio and Chris Sims will shoot the S sometimes up to 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes. Talking about whatever happened like an icebreaker. Over the weekend.
Yeah. It's called like an icebreaker. That's all it is. Yeah. So, and I think Chris Salcedo.
So
yeah, it is. I think Chris Salcedo is the only one that gets right to business. But I don't actually listen to his show live. It's based in Dallas, so I listen to his podcast. So, but anyway, we're gonna be talking about Simone Biles and Clay Travis and Buck Sexton has some things to say about her. I actually have not read what they said. I heard about it, but the media is just going with this whole stunning and brave thing, and it's gotten completely she's getting really no criticism whatsoever. ABL put up a video talking about that, how now it's okay to praise quitting, and I do have a problem with that.
Yeah, and look, I don't think either one of us are saying she may not have some kind of an issue, okay? And if she felt like whatever her issue was could theoretically lead her to be injured, then okay, maybe. I get it. But I think the problem that a lot of us have is the generation issue there, okay?
Right.
Let's be honest. We're seeing a lot of, and part of it, Naomi Osaka is also doing it.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't want to do something, or if something starts getting tough, I can possibly use I've got a mental issue to hit the road. Okay. And look, we didn't really have that option growing up. I don't know if it's our generation and the generation before us, and maybe some people that are, say, maybe 10 years younger than me, but there's a willingness to want to give up, it seems. Now, I saw something before we came on. Somebody put something in the chat that I thought was interesting, but I have not read it. I have not seen this anywhere. And you can bet if this becomes a story, we'll do a video on it. But something to the effect of the BLM was pressuring Simone to do some kind of a statement.
I haven't heard about that.
Some kind of a protest, and she was like, that's why she bailed out. I don't know. If that's accurate, then yeah, you can bet we're going to cover that. We'll put that out there. Because
I have not heard about that.
I can see why that could present an issue for her. Okay. But there seems to be a willingness to just give up. I don't know. Me and you are from Texas. You were in the military. I grew up in rural Texas. I mean, Jesus, man. We drank out of freaking water hoses growing up, okay? We got kicked out the door in 108 degree weather with 89% humidity. Hey, it's 7 a.m. Go outside and play. We'll see you as it's getting dark, okay? You better be home right before the light pops back on, okay? And occasionally you might run in for a bologna sandwich, but I mean, we had to mow lawns in that crap. We had to weed eat, we had to take care of animals in that. We came up with a little bit of a tougher mindset,
Right.
And I don't know. At the end of the day, part of it too for a lot of people is when you strip back everything, you're still playing sports. Okay? You're still playing sports, which is, I got to be honest with you, it's a damn sight better to do than right now. Do you know how tough it would be being a policeman?
Yeah.
Do you know how mentally tough it would be being a firefighter right now? Dude, a firefighter was walking his dog in New York. Did you see the video?
I heard something about that.
And he got jumped. They beat the hell out of a firefighter while he was walking his dog. Okay? And we just understand there are things that you got to have mental fortitude. You got to be able to break down, you got to be able to get over the hump. There's people really having to deal with true adversity right now. True life adversity, right? Oh my God, Luke Stone. Great example. I watched that game. It was on Monday Night Football against the Raiders. Brett Favre's father passed away, and he walked out on the field and put on a unbelievable show. And you can tell.
I remember watching that game.
It was all over his face. It was terrible. It looked like he got hit. It was like he had been in a car wreck and just got out of the car, and the shock was all over his face the whole game. But he persevered and made it through it. And look, part of being an elite athlete or being recognized as one of the greatest ever, you have to have the mental toughness.
You have to. And I believe these athletes today, they're just not mentally tough. I mean, Tom Brady played all of last season with a completely torn MCL. Never complained. Tom Brady won that Super Bowl. Yeah, it was the Seattle Super Bowl not Seattle. I mean, Atlanta Super Bowl when they played Atlanta, down 28-3. Didn't quit. And also, wasn't that the Super Bowl where his mother had cancer? I think it was that Super Bowl right there.
Yep.
No excuses. He could have said, "Guys, let's go ahead. Let's just mail it in, man. We're not gonna win. My mother has cancer treatments. I got to go." What would the media be saying if he just walked out on his team? Not like that, because his mind wasn't right.
Yeah, I know it. It's crazy. It's just something about the generation. I truly believe that. Somebody else just brought up a great point. There's no fans there.
No, there's no fans.
You're not going out. You're not performing in front of any fans. Maybe that's harder. I don't know. Maybe there's something to that for her that makes that harder. Maybe
I don't know about that. I'm
pretty
sure
it all out in the fans. I don't know.
Rose, she practices around no fans.
Well,
and I'm pretty sure she's landing pretty good. I'm pretty sure she's performing pretty good in practice.
But
if not, then she wouldn't have 27 gold medals. Or however many she has. I think she has 27.
Look. Well, there's another side of the coin here. Let's just look at all the pissing and moaning and crying right now over the damn virus. Okay. Yeah. I mean, the fear, the unadulterated fear. All I've got to do is go look at a story on the vaccine. That's a big deal on Black and White Live right now. Is we're covering that NFL fallout over their vaccine policy where they want them to wear some circa WW2 flair to indicate whether they got the freaking vaccine or not. Well, look, man, it's unbelievable. You go through the comments section on Pro Football Talk. I mean, there's people on there that are like, these people won't get vaccinated, so they're putting my life in danger, and I think the government should make it mandatory. You weak son of a... It's none of your freaking business whether I get that vaccine or not.
Yep.
But that's the kind of mentality you're dealing with. It's weak. There's something so weak and fragile about that. It's like, come on. I mean, buck up, will you?
All right.
Get out there, you candy
Let me
ass.
segue. We're going to get back to it. Let me segue to a couple of super chats here. We got a couple of them from Europe right now. Mazza036 for £2. Happy birthday, Lance, from the UK. We appreciate that. Mick Walsh, a channel member and a member of the website, for €2. Tom Brady, True Pro, Rip Dusty Hill. But thank you for that super chat. And that reminds me, guys, we're having our members live stream, members of the website, and also channel members here, Saturday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you're a silver member on the website and you want to join in on the panel, just email us and let us know. Forgot to mention that.
Always fun. Always a fun stream.
Yeah. A little bit late doing it this month, but we're getting it in. Last day of the month.
Yeah, and we're both becoming more and more free these days as far as getting time. Although it doesn't seem like it, we're getting more free time.
Yeah, but we had a lot of personal stuff. You know, the stuff that I was dealing with over here. So
yeah. Well, I start working on the podcast every morning. Let's see, I get out of bed at 3:08. I walk around to my computer. I flip on my light. And I'm usually putting the podcast together by around 3:30 every morning. That takes me to about somewhere between 5 and 5:30 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I don't have a job, then I just start looking at video content, or I'm walking out the door to do a job. So one of the two.
And I noticed, because when I get up around 4 or something, I already have notifications that some of the episodes are already out. And guys, that podcast, you guys need to subscribe to the podcast. That thing is exploding. It's getting big.
It's blowing up.
It's getting big.
Here's something they could really help us out with. Because the podcast is essentially the audio from our videos, which is what a lot of podcasts are. A lot of people don't realize that. It's just the audio from a YouTube video, usually.
Unless you're doing this.
Because you guys watch our videos, you guys can go over to Apple iTunes or podcast and leave us a 5-star rating, and that podcast will blow up. That is the key. The entire success of anybody's podcast is tied to the Apple podcast. Regardless, we know there's Google and Castbox and all these, but the success of a podcast is always linked to Apple Podcasts, because that's where 60 to 70% of all plays on all podcasts come from.
Yep.
And
it's
a 5-star review, that thing would blow up. That thing would really blow up. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
and Christy put in the chat, that is the website address to Black and White Sports podcast. And we do have another one too for the other channels too.
Yeah.
But it's called Black and White Network. So it's going to be the other entertainment stuff and probably the political stuff on Rumble as well. So
yep.
But getting back to this Simone Biles stuff, let's look and see what Clay Travis and Buck Sexton had to say about Simone Biles. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen here with you guys so I can go over this. And Rhodes has already read it. I really have not read it. But this is on Yahoo. It says Clay Travis and Buck Sexton question support for Simone Biles. Why is this brave? I've been wondering that myself. Why is it brave that she quit? What makes it brave about quitting on your team? Now, I get the mental health part of it, but is it really brave?
Well, and I think it's kind of like a lot of things that gets praised these days. I.e., let's say somebody comes out as insert whatever pronoun they are now or whatever, that gets praised. Okay. Let's say she just said, I've got a mental health issue, I'm backing out. But the issue is, good God, when she's not a hero because of it. I'm sorry. No which way or no way you slice it, is she a hero? And one of the issues is this kind of behavior starts getting pumped up or propped up, okay,
right,
and celebrated. And I think what they're saying is simply, she's not brave. This is not brave. If anything, okay, it's neutral, but it's not to be celebrated, for crying out loud.
She shouldn't be demonized, but yet she shouldn't be praised either. I mean,
fair.
She quit. She quit on her team, and then she quit on herself because her mind wasn't right. That's not brave. But I believe this is going to be the future right here of athletes that don't want to get criticized. They can always go to this excuse now. And I was watching, I think it's Whitlock had brought it up, basically saying that Ben Simmons didn't get this benefit of the doubt when in the NBA playoffs. Remember, he just looked like dog shit in the playoffs, and he was supposed to be dealing with something. Media didn't give him a break.
Yeah. We didn't
look. Now, I'm not saying that Ben Simmons is on the level in his sport of a Simone Biles, but still, he didn't get a break.
Well, I'm going to tell you also what's kind of strange is we're talking about the way society has gone, and they always want to talk about a certain kind of privilege. You know what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. Somebody brings it up in the chat. Do you remember Andrew Luck being called brave when he walked away from football? Because I don't.
Nope.
Do you remember him being celebrated like this when he walked away from football? That's only been 3 or 4 seasons ago. But I remember he took a hell of a lot of heat for walking away. No media entity whatsoever was calling him brave for walking away from football.
Look at John Cream's comment here. Jay Cutler was eviscerated for months for having a torn knee and not playing the second half of the NFC Championship game. I remember that.
Well, yeah,
I remember that.
It really was. It's really the biggest part of Cutler's legacy when you look back on it was that second half. And the camera was on him all the time during that game, and he got obliterated for it, but nobody called him brave for coming out of that game at all.
Do you think that Simone Biles is getting this praise because she's a female? She's a black female at that. So that's a fine line now in
true statement.
The media criticizing a black female. That's not going to go over very well. It's not going to go over very well.
You answered your own question by asking it. Yeah. I absolutely think this plays into it.
Look at the Naomi Osaka thing. Same thing. Mental health. I'm quitting for a while, but yeah, I'm going to go and shoot cover photos for magazines. That's she said.
Look, and she kind of, what's so weird about that is I've got an issue walking out, sitting at a news conference, sitting down, answering questions that messes with my mental health, but I'm cool posing half nude and getting in a magazine.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good with that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's
right.
If you had any sympathy for me, which you didn't, but if you had any, you flushed it with that. So,
yeah. Hey, let's read some of this. Following Simone Biles' shocking withdrawal from the team gymnastics competition at the Tokyo Olympics on Tuesday, many have applauded her for focusing on her mental health. But conservative talk radio hosts Clay Travis and Buck Sexton had little compassion for the star athlete, indicating on their Tuesday show that Biles' decision was selfish. Well, she quit on the team. Quote, "We all have emotional and psychological struggles," Sexton said. "That's just a constant of being a human being. But what about your teammates? Close quote. Travis wondered how fans would have reacted if Tom Brady or LeBron James did something similar by pulling out of a major game because they couldn't handle the stress. Quote, I feel like LeBron, actually, he might do that, Sexon said. The two hosts announced the groundswell of support Biles received from social media, questioning the bravery of choosing to not compete. Quote, the Blue Chets have already rallied to Simone Biles' defense and said, oh, it's so brave, Travis said. Now, I want to stop right there. Remember LeBron James, Miami Heat? The man was on the sideline and he was acting like he couldn't come into the game. He had all his cramps and everything. What has the media done with that?
Yeah.
They have roasted LeBron for that, for cramping up in the NBA Finals.
That's right.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they actually won that series. So,
if you remember, he also got roasted for essentially, you remember he basically quit the last game he was with the Cavs before he left and went to Miami during the playoffs. The last game he played, he basically just became a warm body on the floor. That was it.
He quit. Yeah. He quit on the Cavs.
He quit. Yeah.
And he knew he was leaving.
That's right.
Yeah. But it goes on here. It says, quote,
he got
why
tore
is this
up
brave?
Over that too, by the way.
Yeah, he did. Quote, why is this brave? Sexon asked. What's brave about not being brave? Because that's what we're talking about here. This is, oh, you didn't stand up to the bully. No, I think that's the not brave move. I think we have created a generation of athletes that get influenced by the pressure of the constant drumbeat of interactions on social media, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it might be, Travis said. And those apps, I believe, are profoundly unhealthy for most teenagers. A lot of times you're listening to people who don't understand you very well, and you are allowed their perspective on you to overwhelm you psychologically. He continued, this is without precedent. I can't remember an elite athlete calling out of a game and saying the stress and the pressure of the game got to be too much. I couldn't perform. Now, Rhodes, have you ever heard of any athlete actually doing that? Just saying, Coach,
no,
I'm out.
No,
I can't recall.
Not for a mental reason. I'm sure they've faked of injury. I'll be the first to say. Do I think some athletes have probably pulled up lame to get out of a game? Sure.
One comes to mind. This isn't similar. Houston Rockets, 1995. The Rockets trade for Clyde Drexler. Who was the starting guard, the shooting guard for the Rockets before him? That would be Vernon Maxwell. Vernon Maxwell had a fit, and he walked out and quit on the Rockets because his playing time got cut. But the difference is he actually did want to compete. He didn't want Drexler coming in and stealing his minutes. And Vernon is saying, wait a minute. And Robert Horry even mentioned this too. Clyde Drexler's coming in. Wait, we won a championship with this dude. You know, and they were kind of upset, but Clyde had to earn the respect of the Rockets because the Rockets were the defending champions. And then Vernon Maxwell, he didn't want to give up. I don't want to say he didn't want to give up his minutes, but his minutes got greatly diminished a lot. So he quit on the Rockets that year when they won their second title. I remember that. But it was for a different reason. He wasn't like, I can't handle the mental pressure. I want to play, but you got this other guy coming in, taking my minutes, and, you know, rightly so, Clyde Drexler is a much better player than Vernon Maxwell.
Right. Yeah, so, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clyde's a legend. I don't care what
Clyde was a great player, man.
Yeah, he was a great player.
Younger kids may not remember this. Remember him very well. We got a super chat here. Jazzy Bridge for 10 euros. We're getting a lot of euros today. From Holland, my family's died by bombs in Iraq war under the Biden-Obama administration. I guess that's 500,000 children died in the war. Justice never happened to us neither. Hearings Democrats use January 6th to gain evil power. That's a whole nother story right there about January 6th. Yeah.
I would love to get into that, but
wrong channel for that. But yeah, we know it's a clown show over there.
Yeah, I may actually. I was thinking the other day, I may actually pony up for Rumble's fee to be able to go live over there. I was thinking about that the other day.
Oh, it's so expensive over there, though.
I can't believe they charge that much just to build a live stream. I'm like, really? I mean,
it's like $100 a month or something. Probably. Yeah, it's something insane. So, yeah. Oh, good point right here. LaCarron James, Clyde Drexler, Terry Porter, Jerome Kersey, Buck Williams. That was a good squad. Yeah, that squad was really good. Really good.
Highly underrated in the history of NBA.
Yeah, and Cliff Robinson was on one of those teams too. Yep.
That's right. Headband. I remember that.
Yep.
What was that European player that was a legend and he came over and played for Portland? And ended up having some pretty good years.
Arvydas Sabonis.
That's it. Yeah,
because his son plays in the NBA now. They said
really?
They said he probably would have been like a top 10 center of all time if he didn't come to the NBA so late.
Yeah,
but Arvydas is really good. He's really good. I don't know what's up with your feed, man, but he
was productive when he got over here. Yeah,
you may want to check your feed, man. You were like freezing up and cutting out. So
I don't doubt it. All right.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can disconnect and come back.
Okay. Rhodes is gonna bounce out here. Let me read this here. Some more of this here. Biles told journalists at the press conference later Tuesday that she is taking some time off to prioritize her well-being. Where did we hear this before? Naomi Osaka. Now, guys, if we see Simone Biles, doing other new stuff besides, focusing on her well-being, we'll know that the fix is in. I'm not saying that she's not going to go and focus on her well-being. I hope that she does. But it says here, quote, "There's more to life than just gymnastics. And it is unfortunate that it has to happen at this stage because I definitely wanted this Olympics to go a little better. But again, take it one day at a time," she said. "We're going to see how the rest goes." So that's what is going on with Simone Biles right there. And I think it's a fair question, for Clay Travis to, but Sexon asks, why are we saying this is brave? I think that's a fair question right there. You missed that last part, man. I said that since you jumped back in. Simone Biles says she's going to take some time off to prioritize her well-being. Now, she goes the Naomi Osaka route, doing magazine covers and all this other stuff when you're supposed to be focusing on your well-being. Right. Then we'll probably think, wait a minute. I thought you were taking time off to prioritize your well-being.
I thought you were trying to recover. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And
now,
get your head screwed on straight.
Now it's going to be a little bit different, I believe, with Simone Biles. Because I said in my video, nobody really cares about gymnastics unless it's the Olympics. That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah. And I think I'm going to have to go podcast style on this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because you were starting to stutter.
Roads in this internet.
Well, yeah, I normally plug straight in, and I don't have that luxury because I don't know what exactly happened to my cable, but it just flat didn't work when I plugged it in. So I was, I'm having to use the Wi-Fi. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see how we go.
All right, I'll make you feel a little bit better. How about that? I'll cut off my cam for a while, for a little bit, because some reason
old school.
Yeah, some reason sometimes my camera overheats, but it only does that when I'm not when I'm not hosting. But usually when I am hosting, it goes pretty good. But yeah, I'm going to be interested to see what the media is going to be saying more about this. Undisputed is actually off all this week because I was curious to see what Shannon and Skip was going to say about this. But they took, I guess, the rest of the week off after the NBA Finals. And I don't know what Stephen A. Smith has to say about this. I'm curious to see what he actually has to say.
Stephen A., there's no telling. I mean, he's got Stephen A.'s having to walk the straight and narrow after the fallout he had with what did he get in trouble for? Oh, Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, Shohei Ohtani.
With with the fallout he had after his Major League Baseball fans won't embrace Ohtani because he's Asian comment,
Right.
Essentially, because he needs an interpreter, we won't root for him and won't prop him up and make him the face of baseball, which is total crap. Every MLB fan I've talked to is like, he's the only good story in the league this year. I mean, the only great story in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, because the story of MLB,
that kid playing for the Angels. Yeah.
Yeah, the story of MLB was basically the All-Star game fiasco that they messed up. But other than that, the only talking point really was Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
Like,
and all the illegal substances.
Yeah. Like, I'm an Astros fan. They're winning a bunch of games, but Astros have been winning games for many years now, so that's not much of a story.
Right.
John Cream for $10. But Yankees ain't looking so hot, though. John Cream for $10. Oh. Media scares Americans for 2+ years about a virus. Think about the millions of paranoid Americans that are too scared to even walk into a store. Fear controls many nowadays. Well, yeah, we know that. That's for sure. I mean, man, if this is the news channel, I'll be getting into about the mask mandates and stuff like that, but I'm not going to even touch that.
Well, like I said, I see it all the time. I mean, even on my own personal Facebook, I mean, I just see people on there and they're just loony. They're so scared of this freaking virus still. Yeah. And I'm like, I've sat back and I've watched y'all go out there. You've taken pictures smiling while you're getting the freaking jab and you're still terrified. I'm like, come on. I mean, don't get me wrong. I might drop dead right now, but I might drop dead from a heart attack. We don't know. I mean, that's just kind of nobody. Of course, I'm not getting religious on here, but I tend to believe when it's your time, it's your time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I will say this, though.
Not going to live in fear. I'm just not going to do it.
I will say this. Thank God we live in Texas.
Yeah.
Thank goodness, because Bill de Blasio says something about New York City. Oh, my goodness. When it comes to the whole virus thing. But I'm not going to get to it here on this channel. But thanks for that super chat, John Cream. Appreciate it. I guess we got another story here. Gregg Popovich, right?
Yeah.
Let's jump into this.
Mad Dog Russo. Yeah.
Newsflash, guys. Team USA is not that good.
They should be. They should be.
Yeah, they should be. They blew out Iran by 54, which is not a story because how many of you guys actually knew Iran even played basketball? Do they have any players in the NBA? I'm not sure.
At least France has 3 players that play in the league, I guess.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they shouldn't lose to France. When you got Kevin Durant and you got Damian Lillard, you better never lose a game. Period. End of story.
Exactly. I haven't actually read this, so this is fresh. Rose know what he said, but Chris Mad Dog Russo blasts pompous USA basketball coach Gregg Popovich. Almost makes you want to root against the U.S. Well, I got to tell you this, man. Since this is the woke Olympics, I don't know hardly anybody that's actually rooting for the U.S. I mean, I'm an American. I'm not rooting for the U.S. I'm not rooting against them. I just don't care because I don't like woke sports. That's the way I see it. Says here, since taking over as, go ahead.
Well, when you sit back and you watch these people disrespect this country for the last, how many months now? 13 months, I guess.
About 2 years.
This whole freaking team is full of a bunch of wokesters, this Team USA. Yeah, it's kind of hard to root for these bastards. Really, it's like, why are you guys playing in the Olympics? Why are you there? We know how you feel about this country. Why are you there? In my personal opinion, they ought to rip their freaking uniforms off of them. Send a bunch of college kids in there to play. Yeah, I'll root for them. God, yep. I can't stand it.
Yeah. Since taking over as the head coach of Team USA basketball, Gregg Popovich, or Wokovich, has an 11-6 record. Oh my, Rose, did I just say that right? 11-6. Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
He's a dumpster fire.
11-6 record, including pre-tournament exhibition games. In comparison, Popovich's predecessor, Mike Krzyzewski, compiled an outstanding 88-1 during his 10-year stint as the head coach of Team USA. SiriusXM sports radio host Christopher Mad Dog Russo unleashed a rant against Popovich this week, blasting the head coach for his lack of accountability. Quote, Popovich is such a grouch. He's right about that. Russo said, you can't ask him a question. If you ask him something, he jumps down your back like you're a peon, and he's the king of all the coaches. He almost makes you want to root against the United States with his attitude. He's such a grouch, and he hates the media so much. Gee whiz. The sports radio host continued. This is not little San Antonio, Texas, where you can intimidate everybody. San Antonio ain't little, but anyway. You're supposed to be representing America. You can't answer a couple of tough questions after a bad loss, and anybody who has the audacity to ask you the question is a bird brain. Yeah, Pop has been pretty brutal to the media for quite a while. But yet, he wants to be woke. He is. Yeah. But he wants to use the media, though, to push his wokeness out there. And when he's talking about the orange man and all that, he wants to use the media for that. But he's taking no accountability for this team. And know what? I'm not even going to count that victory over Iran. It's Iran. Yeah. Nobody plays basketball over there. They probably should have beat him by 80, but still. Quote, if you... Go ahead.
Well, it's so strange what's going on with Popovich. Because there was a time when outside, far as active coaches go, outside of Bill Belichick, he was like the next guy that I think most people respected. And he has turned out to be a complete lunatic. He is insane. There's something wrong with that guy. And there's stories coming out of San Antonio about the days that he was coaching, the Spurs during their heyday, and there's players that couldn't stand him and all kinds of things. And I always thought he was, one of these guys that was a lot like Belichick. Clearly the apple, that's, I don't know, man. He is such a weirdo. He's turned into a complete lunatic.
He's nuts. A far leftist idiot, man.
Oh, God. Boy, he's went ultra woke.
Super duper woke. It says, during the last quarter century with the San Antonio Spurs, Popovich established himself as one of the best coaches in NBA history, but his excellence hasn't translated to international competition. 2 years ago, Team USA finished 7th under Popovich at the 2019 FIBA World Cup, and earlier this week, they lost their Tokyo Olympics opener to France. It was Team USA's first men's basketball loss in Olympics since 2004. Now, that FIBA World Cup, I don't even remember that. I don't think any big time players even played in that, right? I don't think they did.
I vaguely remember something about it.
Well, think of this. They finished 7th, so I'm assuming we definitely didn't bring our best. But still, quote, if you ask him anything that is looked at negatively, he says, What do you know about basketball? You don't know anything about it. Shut up. Popovich, will you please shut up? Well, yeah, Pop is getting hammered, man. You saw that I did that video on the Corona Bro. Dan Woken roasted Gregg Popovich. Saying that he just stinks at Olympic basketball. He's not a very good coach. And
dude, he should not have finished 7th. That team had Harrison Barnes, Jaylen Brown, Joe Harris, Brooke Lopez, Chris Middleton, Donovan Mitchell, Mason Plumlee, Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, Miles Turner, Kemba Walker, and Derek White on it. And that team finished 7th? Come on. God.
I didn't even realize. I'm glad you looked that up, man. I'm glad you looked that up.
NBA players.
Wow. God. Unreal, man. Unreal. That's pretty shocking right there.
Yeah. Evidently, he's got an issue coaching international basketball, which is amazing.
I know the rules are a little bit different, but still. I mean, look
Manu, didn't he coach Manu Ginobili forever?
Yeah. Well,
and Tony Parker?
Yeah, he did. But look at it this way, man. Look at it this way. Dream Team 1. Who was the coach of Dream Team, the original Dream Team? Chuck Daly. No problem adjusting to international rules. Rudy Tomjanovich, Dream Team 2. No trouble adjusting to international rules. They blew out people forget about, man, that team was stat. That Shaq on that team, that Akeem Olajuwon on that team, stat. The trouble didn't begin until 2004. I think Allen Iverson was on that team, if I'm not mistaken. But since then, Coach K did a tremendous job.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Now,
that's crazy.
One thing that's different about Pop from them, they weren't bringing that politics into the sport. Pop was concerned about, other stuff, man. And Pop, I guess, still triggered by the Orange Man or something like that.
I didn't know Pat McAfee was a wokester. Did you know he was a wokester?
No. Well.
Oh. I was reading this comment. I was reading this comment down here. Truth is the greatest weapon ever. That's actually a great name for a YouTube handle. Do you see this comment down here? Alleged woke media personalities like Dan LeBetard. Yeah, I knew LeBetard was super woke. I mean, he's one of the original wokesters.
He's super woke.
Which is a damn shame, because I actually remember when Dan LeBetard was a really good old school journalist. And he just turned into a complete lunatic. I think that's what ESPN does to you. Yeah. Is it converts you. I mean, he's literally out there. LeBetard literally shields Kaepernick when his father and mother had to get out of Cuba. I mean, I've never understood that.
Yeah, I never got that about LeBetard, man, because he definitely sounds like a far left commie when his family escaped communism. But what did I always say, Rhodes? I've been telling you this. All those people that want to push socialism and communism, they've never experienced it themselves.
No.
None of them. AOC's never experienced that stuff.
They can go there.
Yeah. Well, I guess Bolshevik Bernie, he used to love going to the Soviet Union. So maybe he's the only one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's a shame. I didn't know that about McAfee. Well, somebody is saying that he wouldn't say he's woke, but I will say he tends to play it safe. Okay, well, he's just not a call it out person then, maybe.
Yeah.
There's people like
I never noticed him to be woke. I really haven't. But then at that, I don't watch his show all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch parts of it for the most part.
Bits and pieces.
Right.
He's he's actually a good resource if you're trying to figure out what's going on with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Because he has AJ Hawk is on that show, and AJ Hawk used to play with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, they're real tight. AJ and Aaron are boys. So,
yeah. All right, we got a $5 super chat here from Piano Dean. Uncle Jimmy from Whitlock's Fearless pointed out that all the ones quitting are Nike athletes. Change the slogan to just quit. That's probably a pretty damn good point right there.
That's not a bad observation by Uncle Jimmy at all.
Interesting, man. Guys, if you are not checking out Jason Whitlock on his YouTube channel, you are missing out.
Yeah.
You are missing. That show is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, it started off as audio only, but I watched the YouTube videos instead of the audio, man, because you get to see what's going on.
Most of the time, I listen to it on podcast, but I've been watching more of the YouTube channel lately.
What did I text you the other day that he had brought up? I'm trying to remember what I texted you. You said, man, that was a really, really good point. I mean, Whitlock, he brought up something.
Yeah, it was a good point. I know
it was a great point.
I know he talked about the influence of leftists on Richard Sherman. He talked about the fact that essentially all Richard Sherman has known his adult life is getting sucked into that woke culture because he went to Stanford. Stanford's a ultra liberal university, very, very liberal. Yeah. And then, of course, he goes and plays in, one of the hubs of lunatic SJWism in Seattle, right? And he plays there for a long time. And then he goes and plays. God, I hate to admit I'm a Niners fan. Then he goes and plays for the 49ers. Well, look at San Francisco. It has turned into a complete leftist shithole out there.
It's a dumpster fire.
Oh, you can't. They say there's feces in the streets. I mean, it's awful, awful. And that's why so many people are bailing out of California right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, very quickly. Guys, if you don't know, the great Larry Elder is running for governor in California.
Because we got a country to save.
Yeah, we got a country to save. So I hope Mr. Elder can get it done out there. But I've talked to people that live in California, and people just openly admit that they support socialism out there. So
that because the way it works is there's like two questions on that ballot. They need more than 50% to actually say, yeah, we want to recall Newsom. And then if more than 50% vote for that, then the next question is, all right, who would you vote for?
Right.
And right now, Larry Elder is leading by a mile.
I know
replace Newsom.
I know it.
So,
it would be I was listening to him the other day. He was on with Jason Whitlock, in fact. And he said that one of the first things he's going to do is get all of those woke teachers out there in those schools. He said, I'm going to gather them all up and I'm going to fire them all. He said, I'm going to fire them all. That was his exact words. Yeah, because they want to keep the schools closed and all of that up there.
Right,
that's being led by the teachers union. And he's like, no, I'm going to gather them all up and fire them all. I was like, wow.
Andrew Odom for $5. Hey guys, enjoy the content. Are you guys college football fans? If you are, who are your teams? I'm not really a big college football fan. Growing up, I was an A&M fan. But I went to McNeese State, so I'm a McNeese football fan. Rhodes is big into college football.
Yeah, I hate to admit I'm a big Michigan Wolverines fan. I have been since I was a kid. I don't know how that happened because I'm in Texas, but none of my teams are in Texas, so I guess it doesn't matter. Some of that I think is in part because I moved around a lot when I was a kid. I went to 13 different schools by the time I was in the 5th grade. So most of the time it was in Texas, but we lived other places too. And
yeah,
so I
just never really
attach to anything, in Texas, really.
I never really liked
sports goes.
I never really liked the offense that they run in college. It's so gimmicky and basic, That's why I like NFL style offenses. So I just never really got into college football as much.
Why does Rhodes root for overrated teams? Well, I'm a Yankees fan. They have 27 world titles, and the Niners have got 5 Super Bowl championships. So I'm not so sure about overrated. Now, I will say Michigan has been struggling for years.
I'll tell you this about the Yankees. Your Yankees, man, I believe they're just triggered by the Astros because they just can't beat them. Aaron Judge is probably one of the biggest crybabies in all of baseball. For a guy that strikes out 200 times a year.
God, dude, I grew up. Baseball was my sport. Absolutely, I love football.
Oh, yeah. Baseball was my sport too.
Football is my sport now, but probably up until about 12 years ago, baseball was still my favorite sport. I hate the way they play the game now. I hate the shift.
They talking about banning the shift.
I hope, dude, if they ban this shift, I might actually come back. I might. I hate it. I hate the shift. I hate the fact that there's not a premium on the kind of baseball I grew up with, actually stealing bases and actually bunting runners over, and the kind of baseball we used to see played in what they call the National League, small ball kind of thing. There was an emphasis on doubles and hitting balls to the opposite direction. And, I hate the swinging for the fences or nothing. The all or nothing game drives me nuts. I hate it. And I like seeing the long ball, but look, don't try to sell me that you're some great player because you hit 37 home runs, but you struck out 212 times. No.
Right.
Bro, no. To me, somebody like great players is, I grew up, my favorite player was Don Mattingly. I think Donnie one year hit, he would hit 310 and, strike out maybe 70 times and hit 27 home runs. I mean, to me, that's a great hitter,
Yeah. Well, guys, I think we got to wrap up this show now. We've been going for about an hour now. Rhodes said it. Try to get it done by 4 p.m. And it is now 4 p.m. Any other final words, Rhodes, before we wrap it up?
Negative, Ghost Rider. It was fun. It's different to go live during the week. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. But at the time, nothing else to do. Well, we could have been researching videos, but
Yeah. Well,
guys.
I'm gonna slice at least one out of this one and post it as a video. So
okay, man, do it.
We're off the stream. Yeah, I'll do it. Do it.
All right, guys. You guys be safe. We'll catch you next time.